We do have
I think you need to mind. I think you need to mind
I don't
when you're
want
talking. Do you know what that statement means?
Don't wait. Sit down. Wait.
Tiffin is Nigerian
Shout
culture.
at your wife. Don't ever shout at me. Hello guys, welcome back to our episode number 2 of the Viewing Vibe podcast. This is Esther Mwatama.
Charles here.
Jibs.
Ceejay, what do you do?
Yes. So I don't know what happened with you guys this week, but I had a really nice week. I started a new part-time job.
Wow.
And I was not expecting this. I know I said I'd come out of the working culture.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, things happen. So I did start a new part-time job last week.
Nice.
How was it? Where? Why do you think it's better than what you learned?
Confidential.
I don't want anyone showing up on my job.
No, but why? How do you think it's better than what you were?
This one is less. It's less work, less working hours, 4 hours a day, 4 times a week. So it's good for me. It's really good for me.
Can you talk about the field, or that's too much information?
I don't want to talk more about where I'm working, because as soon as I start talking about what I do, then you're going to connect every dot.
Anyway, I have to say she works in the airline industry.
That's all.
At least you give them something.
We can streamline that though if you're really looking into it, but that's okay.
Yeah. That's all I'm going to say for now.
Congrats anyway.
Thank you.
At least you're happy.
So what happened with you?
Well, for me, I'm kind of in a sorrow mood because 2 days ago, it was the burial of my good friend. You know, he died about a month ago or so in China. Very young. I think he's about in the early 40s. And he just slumped in his sleep and died. And he was, according to what we knew, he was okay. He was fit.
Yeah.
There was never a time he came and said, he just died. So I'm still in a sorrow because I still have his text messages. I can't delete his number. I can't, even yesterday when I was checking for location of my meeting I had yesterday, the location I stopped on was his name, his location. So that's how
crazy,
bad it
man.
is. So I keep wondering, I have to ask you guys, what's happening with young guys dying old man's sickness? You hear someone at 30s dies of heart attack, high blood pressure. But when we were young, it was for our fathers, over 60, over 55. But now the trend is really, it's changing. So I want to know what do you think is the reason? Guys can help me because it's really sorrowful, you know?
Yeah, it's weird. Anytime I hear like ambulance noises, I'm always thinking maybe that's another heart attack or something. I just always think about that. And it's always happening, you know.
For young
it's weird.
people,
Yeah.
40s, midlife. Like,
I think
is it what we eat?
I think there's a lot of things, like maybe stress, maybe other things, and obviously diet most definitely. But like,
I blame body positivity. Accepting your body the way it is. I feel like all those things to an extent, it's kind of nonsense because your health comes first. Body positivity encourages people to live however they want, okay, and appreciate their body whatever they want. That's a problem right there, okay? Because being fat is not cute. Like, it's not good.
Healthy.
It's not healthy. It could be, as a child, maybe, even for children, it's not healthy. 7-8 obese kids have less chances of living after 30, something like that, like I read. So I feel like what we eat and that whole body positivity movement that happened maybe 3 years back, it's causing so much health issues now because people let themselves go. It's like, oh, I don't care about working out. I want to live however I want to live. It's okay if I'm fat. It's body positivity. Oh, arm rolls, it's good. It's nonsense. It's nonsense because how far are you going to live with that? And then when you try to talk about it with people about eating well, because I also used to be very fat. Like, I could say 2022 and 2020 were actually like my heaviest times because COVID happened. And 2022, I had a daughter. So I gained so much weight. But then what I noticed is that people encourage you to like yourself how you should be, but that's okay. But it has to be in a way of like health, in a healthier way.
BBW.
Exactly.
So the question now I wanted to ask is this question that you're asking about, you know, the sudden rise in death amongst young people.
Yeah.
Is it worldwide or it's just a certain area? Is it in the Western world or you see it like in the whole world? Or is it Africa?
No,
or is Western,
I understand your question.
Yeah.
I understand your question, but in my world, I've experienced with Africans I've seen in Africa, like my friend, a lot about in Africa. And also I've seen with Indians I work with in Dubai
Asians.
here, Asians. So,
worldwide
and
thing,
I
I
think it's a
think.
worldwide thing because if you look at it, Dubai is a pure representation of a lot of countries living in one place. So we've seen it a lot, it's trendy. It's in fact, these days, it's hard to find people 50 dying of heart attack now, but it's common 35, 40. Like the other time, an Indian in one of these companies we work with in Dera,
Yeah.
he just slumped. How old? He has just a son, newly married. He just died in the office. And he has a good job. It's a good company. It's a reputable company. So you wouldn't tell me it's because he's going through stress.
No, but you cannot. You
can't-
can't just
Assume.
people.
Yeah,
what
true.
you see outside is not who people are inside. Could be problems with his wife. It could be problems with his family that you don't know.
Financial stuff.
But the thing is that I think 2 weeks ago this thing came up and I didn't talk in that discussion. I just went and did a little bit of research on my own, and actually, there's actually studies that shows that the trend is increasing amongst young people, like dying of heart disease. And I'm looking, okay, so what could be the difference? Is it diet? Because that's the number one cause of heart attack disease.
Okay.
Then there's diet, there's stress, and all those things. But then if we want to go through the conspiracy path of, our food has been spiked, or the COVID vaccine and all, which I don't believe in. I'm a medical person. So
what of from the village?
That's the African one where like
Spiritual attacks.
if you want to believe that
It's also conspiracy.
someone can throw some voodoo on you and you have heart attack, it's cool. You can believe in that, but I don't believe in that. And I don't know if it's true or not. I can't say anything about that. But let's talk about the diet first. Do you think that we eat better than our fathers?
No.
No.
I could say this week, I think I've had
No.
takeout 4 times. Living with my dad, I never saw that man say, let me order chicken outside. I never saw those things. It's
So
now.
we can infer from there they eat better than us.
Yes, they
I
do.
think so.
So what about stress? What do you think the economy looks like during their time and our time?
Okay, so I'm going to speak for my parents, right? For my dad, I'm going to keep saying his name. My dad, he's very conscious,
Big ups to
health-wise.
dad.
Yes.
He's health conscious, right? My dad walks almost 6 kilometers every single day. My dad doesn't eat junk food, French fries, rice, those things. My dad is strict on vegetarian stuff. And if you see my dad and the weight, you'd think he's very young. But that's been his trend ever since I was 10, 11 years old. My
Okay,
dad would go.
sorry, Karen.
That's the diet we're talking about.
Yeah,
I'm sorry to
dietary.
cut you off. When we asked this question, we're discussing about this. We're talking of general, right? Your dad is an outlier.
Yeah.
He's a very self-conscious.
And if you
healthy
count 10
Just
people of
thinking
his age,
just
the only
generally.
person doing that.
Generally, yeah.
No.
And the thing is that the reason why
It's not.
But the reason why we have all these mass produced, with the population we have in the world now, we have to GMO some stuff. We have to genetically modify our food just to meet up with the demand. So that has its positives and obviously negatives, which is just when you mass produce stuff, you don't necessarily you're not hyper specific, the quality reduces. So that's the world we live in right now,
Yeah.
So it's just
Yesterday, I saw a video of how they mass produce eggs. Bro, I'm sure in those days, our fathers ate natural eggs from the what? So
Well, anyways, I would say from my I would say the diet might look better, but it's shit.
we should
because
try
of
and watch
the
what
stuff.
we eat.
And then stress. I think for me, I would place stress even above diet because I don't believe that our diet has become worse. I think there's much more options, but stress has become more. That we don't even realize that we're stressed, even by watching our phones.
Yeah.
We are stressed, but we don't realize.
Also, exercising is very important.
yeah.
Some people
that-
don't exercise at all.
But wait, I would argue that much more people have started exercising more than the previous. So the problem is that things have become better, but the problem is that why are people dying of this age?
What
It's
is
That's why I
strange.
put
It's
stress
strange.
at that point.
It's
And then
strange. You see how
stress,
we
not
live,
strange.
how we lived our life in our late 20s. Okay, I'm still in my mid 20s, but how we've been living our life in our 20s and how we've lived our life in our 30s. We're more of outside enjoyment. I don't think our parents had that kind of dynamic. But anyway, It's how it should be. But I feel like
Okay.
it's lifestyle,
For
not
me,
just
I feel
stress.
the lifestyle
it's lifestyle.
change is affecting.
Lifestyle
Yeah,
change has
because
It's
changed a lot of
affecting
things.
Things
the
are easy.
generation
more
now.
people are smoking now.
Yeah,
Much
and
more people are
drinking
You
and
can
drinking
actually,
now.
you can actually
Yeah.
sit in your
And
apartment
even-
and order a
Yeah.
flat.
So it's
You're not
easier.
even moving.
You're not
Exactly.
moving.
Yeah.
Back in the days, we're
Okay,
only
okay.
thinking about working and going to provide for their kids. So
Okay, so guys, just exercise, eat well,
Eat
take care
well.
of yourself.
Eat well.
If you have kids,
Very
be
important.
particular about that, man. Don't be selfish, man.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
be selfish and just
Important.
live
Eat
your life
well.
and live your kids.
Yes.
So guys, did you guys hear of this stuff last week? That pastor that predicted that there will be a rapture on the 23rd or 24th. And guess what? A crowd of people, I saw the video on TikTok, a crowd of Africans came out and they were looking up in the sky. And guess what? There was like, you know how cloud makes some kind of pattern and we
Yeah.
stuff. And they saw it and they're like, whoa. And everyone was opening their arms and saying, take me, save me. I don't know what they were speaking in.
Which country?
Uganda.
Wow.
And, you know, that video I saw, I was more embarrassed than angry because of
I'm embarrassed
question-
listening to it.
My question: how did you think the pastor? So how did that thing happen? What they saw in the sky?
because our brain is very good at finding patterns, right? You can look at the sky and you see a rabbit on the sky.
Yeah.
Your brain just finding patterns.
Yeah.
But the thing is that I think there was a kind of eclipse also
On that day.
on that day. Or it was moving.
So he-
either lunar or solar.
Yeah.
One of these eclipses. So it felt like
It was from God.
But do you think it's more of something of like a mass psychosis thing where everyone around them believes what they are also believing? So it's almost like in like when you attend a healing service and just the environment of the whole thing makes you feel like you are like part of a group. So that thing of being a mass and believing one thing, it heightens the psychological effects of the whole thing. So
it's crazy, right?
yeah, it's crazy.
And now, if you now want to peel out that, now I want to discuss about religion in Africa, right? There's a way we practice religion in Africa, and I guess it stems out from our roots. Africa root is spirituality, and that was what these Caucasians saw in us. They came the first time. They realized that we were tribal. Tribal meaning that we don't want people in our tribe. We are paranoid on that. And in case people don't know, the first colonizers that came from Morocco, they were slaughtered like animals. That's how aggressive our tribes were. Even when they tried to come to sub-Saharan Africans, like Nigeria, for example, they were slaughtered. They had to go back and re-strategize and try to understand what triggers us. And they were like, okay, yeah, spirituality. We love spirituality. This mystery stuff. We don't want to know. We just want to attribute it to our ancestors and God. And that's why when we practice religion, this Christianity and Islam, even sometimes when I talk to my wife about religion, she'll be like, the Islam they practice in Africa, she don't know where they got it from. Like,
Wow.
It's way different from what she knows.
like it's so different. Like it's so, they're into it. Like if you come to Nigeria. So it's like, it's always embarrassing when I go to churches and then when I'm growing up, I'm asking certain questions and the way people speaking in tongues and all those things, man. I'm like, oh, it's
Speaking
like,
in tongues is yeah. Speaking in tongues.
it's to me, it's just a pity. That's all I have to say.
But why do you think people are doing this? Why do you think millions, hundreds of millions of
It's
Africans-
called
Brainwashing.
brainwashing.
that is why
It's
I said-
brainwash.
That is why I said from the beginning that our root is spirituality.
Yeah.
We love spirituality. If there was no religion, Africans would be the standard
Yeah.
of spiritualism.
Mm-hmm.
The way we practice spirituality is different from other
We do it to
countries,
the extreme.
like Vikings.
Mm-hmm.
They have their gods, right? But they don't practice it like that, like the way we practice our Amadioha and all this Ifa and all this.
No.
thing.
Don't add Amadio Hanifa because I think, like in my country, Nigeria, I think we are still practicing those ones well, the way it's supposed to be practiced. I think the white colonialists came to our countries, came to Africa, forced their religion on us with their brainwashing, and they used skills. They used skills from the developed countries.
Yeah, divide and conquer.
You
all
know,
that,
so
yeah.
now we are so into it that we've even pushed our original religion to the floor. It's so bad when you see people practicing the real religion my father was born into, and people will say you're from the devil.
Yeah.
So
I
were
hate
they-
I
why-
hate those
why-
things
It's not
actually.
fair.
Why were they able to brainwash Africans?
That's what I'm saying. These
Okay,
are
so
these are
but-
more
do you know how-
developed
do you
people.
know how you can tell that we're
Please,
brainwashed?
Wait.
Yeah.
Wait. You know this story about brainwashing Africa?
Mhm.
Dear Africans, do you know that this thing makes us look very stupid? I wish I can cancel that thing. Do you know what it means that someone brainwashed you? A human being like you brainwashed you. And now you said they are more developed. Do you know that statement you make already
It's like-
justifies
it's like-
that white race is superior than black race?
Which it
This
is.
is the justification.
But
It
it
is.
isn't.
You see what this lady is
Let me
saying?
tell you something about brainwash that he's not thinking about.
I'm not going to-
Brainwash doesn't work the way you think, where people are going to come and then tell you something else.
Mm.
It's upbringing. You have a son, right?
Okay,
Too.
okay.
If you start today reading them the Bible every day and telling them this is your God and this is your creator, that's gonna stick into them. And then they're going to have their kids and they're going to stay again, say the same thing you said to them, to those kids. That's how brainwash works.
So my
It's
question
good.
is, why didn't black people do the brainwashing to the Caucasians?
Because they were given gifts. Have you done history before? How the slavery came into Africa? They were exchanging gifts, right?
Okay.
And that's the same way. Like they would come to the shores,
Mhm.
offer food, things they don't have never seen before.
That's why I said they were more developed then.
they had
used their
more skill- they were
financial
using their
advantage.
financial advisors
So
to
the
come
question
into the
is,
place.
How was their financial advantage of importance to us? That is one.
Mm-hmm.
Secondly, why were they able to be more developed than us?
CJ, how can we answer those kind of questions? We're not there. We're actually just answering from a point of what we think and what we can actually tell that could have happened. We cannot say what that king of your land, why did he accept those people to come in?
I can.
Why did they accept him?
You said it from the beginning
Mm.
that they came and they were slaughtered. And they went and they re-strategized. So
Okay.
what did they do? They went and they came back with things they know we need.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't need to be there to know that they started from the less privileged.
Mhm.
Maybe they met someone that has been complaining that the king is evil. And he said what he needs is just money to get one land. And they bribed
The
him.
same way they
Okay,
still do these
now-
things to this day.
This thing you are saying, colonial, didn't start one day.
And
It
they're
took
still
a
doing it.
long
Hey,
time,
let me
you
guys-
know.
So now, Charles, what you've said, let's hold it there, viewers, right? What you've said, let's hold it there. And what you've said, or what you're thinking, let's hold it there. Now, the only way we can change Africa, the only way we can change is to understand this thing you've said. Many Africans don't understand this thing.
But
They
it's-
understand that we were brainwashed. But why were we brainwashed? No one answers that. Now you've said the same. I agree with you 100%
Mhm.
that they gave us what we lacked.
Yeah. Divide and
Now, the
conquer.
question is, Africa, when you people wants to be free, the question is, do you even know what you lack? If the white people says, okay, you know what, we'll leave your continent, do whatever you want to do. What exactly will Africans do in Africa?
All I
Do
know
we
is-
have the processing power to build any innovation?
right now?
But-
Are you saying right
that's-
now?
We still lack.
But
and
that's
then they
what-
will now come back.
But that's
and-
also
and-
the psychological effect of long-term brainwashing, which is Stockholm syndrome, which is like you love and you are dependent on whatever you've
Whatever they-
learned
yeah.
from these white people.
It's yeah.
Yeah. And then it brings, and then you can't like, okay, if they now leave and there's a vacuum, everybody's like insecure about like owning and standing on their own business. So that's what exactly, even if you look at the wave from like the 60s when Africans were getting like independence, right? All of that, right? Even for example, in Congo, like as soon as, okay, they gave them the independence, in like a month, they killed I've forgotten his name. So it's always like that. It's always like they know what they're doing. They'll leave a power vacuum there. Okay, you guys want independence, have it.
Mhm.
But then you
It's
see
not
how
really
we like, it's not really
That
independence.
is
There's no
why-
independence
that is-
in Africa.
that is the
It's
point.
not.
That is
Yeah.
the point I'm making. When we're always shouting black freedom, African freedom, leave our resources, get out of our continent, all these things, it sounds sweet. That was why when I see an average African that wants freedom, they are looking at the bright, the goal,
Mhm.
Biafra.
the sweet goal.
Don't
freedom.
start.
I want to be able to do this. I want to be able to stand alone. I want to be able to, but no one wants to go through that crucial step of developing your mental distance.
Yeah.
How many professors do we have that you guys are not understand what I'm saying? How many scientists
Hmm.
can we boast of in Africa that can engineer
Can I Can I?
a car.
Can
How
I?
can we do
C-
that
CJ,
when
can-
almost they've made it? Sorry.
It's okay.
How can we have the highest doctors and whatever pediatricians, right? When almost they've made our educational system so bad in Africa. Most countries have very poor educational systems. In my country, it's an extent where like sometimes schools close for 6 months, 4 months, universities, and people are delayed to graduate, right? So they have
Strike.
to travel abroad into the US or something. There they get citizenship. And then what are they doing? They're practicing medical way there, because even if they come home, there's not going to be pay. I still feel like it's a system. It's like we're under some kind of control.
No.
Yeah,
we're
it
not-
is.
We're not
See,
under some kind of
let's-
control. You know why? We're not under some kind of control. I was fortunate enough to live with a Chinese guy from Hong Kong. And the only reason why he came to the UAE is to learn Islamic studies and Arabic. And the only reason why he's learning that is because his father had a business in the UAE. Why am I giving this example? It is not only Africans that were colonized or brainwashed. Japan was colonized and brainwashed twice. India, in real time, India is showing people that this is how you solve the issue of freedom. They go out, they learn things,
And they come back.
they come back. Even if they give them citizenship, all the CEOs of all these Google and stuff, they are teaching their people back home. But when an African guy gets somewhere and they give him passport, he comes to Instagram and start flaunting it. He said, I have passport, I'm working in this. But you are not even teaching the people back home. Rather, you want them to be below you.
See, just all I'm saying is, I know Japan
hard.
was colonized.
Okay.
I think China too was also.
Yeah.
It's not because they have their freedom we must have it the same time. I think we are trending in the right direction, because right now, unlike let me say like a decade ago, right now you would see a lot of people being proud, even if they have the American passport, for example, they are still very proud to be Nigerians, and they come home. It's our own. Ours was delayed, and there's no way you would say because we want these white supremacists to leave our country, you will now say you will not work with them. Every country depends on another country. You cannot survive independently. China cannot even survive without US, even if the way they fight every day. Meanwhile, US cannot even survive without China. The only difference has to be, okay, if you guys want to stay, for example, now, if Shell wants to stay in slumber in Port Harcourt, and they don't remember that people there, they are using their land are people they can't cultivate. You have to bring that agreement they signed in 1960, tear it and write a new one. And if they're not good, if they don't like it, fuck off. They are Russians, they are Chinese. A lot of that is what some other countries are trying to do. That's what I'm saying. It might not happen in our generation, but I think we are trending in the right direction.
Do you know?
Let Jibola speak.
I believe what you're saying, and two things can be correct at the same time. The problem is what you're saying is true. We're trending in the right direction, but then we have leaders that are benefiting from us being brainwashed and all of these things. It's not like a victimization kind of thing. It's just the way it is. There are people that they've signed with Shell and they're like, listen, even recently Dangote fired all the like Nigerians in his refinery, and they were seeing the names of the people he replaced it. They were mostly Indians, whites, and all of this, foreigners and stuff. So it's like you look at things like that, and it's just like I don't know how. Yeah, I believe we're trending in the right direction, but then again, it's like we need our own people are messing us up heavily, and they are getting from it.
Back in the cave, man, I keep thinking about the beginning, not biblically. I'm just talking about industry-wise, development-wise. Someone had to start colonizing. Why didn't Africans do it first, right?
Yeah.
That's a question you brought up.
Yeah.
Some would say it's because maybe we have our resources and we didn't need it, right? But eventually, at some point, you guys kept arguing about, okay, then we have to send our students to UK for education. How come we didn't do that first? What do you think the issue about that? Like, why is it that UK is? Why didn't we have our version of Harvard?
We were too comfortable.
No, is that not what we are saying? Again, yeah, we were too comfortable.
We were too
because
comfortable in Africa.
Innovation, necessity is the mother of innovation. There is no need for Africans to innovate because we have God-given natural resources.
So we're too comfortable.
Both physically,
Yeah.
we have labor. We have the highest labor market now. we have the highest good land, fertile land. So there is no need to innovate.
Yeah.
People that are suffering from tsunami, they're looking for a way to change stuff. But the point I'm saying is that if you look at India as an example, you would see the way they were just keeping quiet and rising up until now. They are arguing with Americans.
Let me tell
Americans
you.
put tax. They're like, we don't care.
Let me tell you. Don't forget, India is a very, very ancient country.
The same with Africa.
Yeah, but
Is
not.
there any continent
Look, you
that
know
is
why?
ancient than Africa?
Do you know?
Africa is the first humans in the world.
No, let me tell you.
These
Do you know why
even
they
Indians are
attack?
from Africa.
Do you know why they like? If you notice, we say Africa is the only country not developing.
Continent.
The
sorry.
continent not developing, and I think this is because there's so much potential in Africa than Japan. Okay, Africa has more resources. It's one of the countries, one of the continents that has the most resources. That's why we're always constantly under some kind of like attack or
Dictatorship.
like people just trying to come here, corruption, whatever. You just said Japan. Look, they were also colonized and they're doing better. Japan is filled with natural disasters. In Africa, our natural disasters are seasonal. It's not all the time. In Asia, India, this is 12 months they're having some natural disasters going on.
Karen,
So wait,
Karen, I
just
understand
wait.
what you are saying, but the point is, when we are saying we want to change something, and everyone is saying we want freedom, and everyone is saying we want this, the question is, what as African,
What
not
leverage?
African, what? Thank you. What
What?
leverage does Africa have to demand that freedom?
Man, the
The
only
same-
leverage,
Don't
Take
you want
our-
freedom?
the only leverage I have is this
Yeah,
is
yeah.
my land.
You don't want freedom?
I don't want freedom.
This is
If
my
you-
land.
You don't want
I
freedom.
don't want.
How are you going to know what to do next if you don't even have the freedom?
No one is going to give you freedom if you are going to be a nuisance.
First of all, let me tell you.
That is what
this
that
type of
president in
people-
Burkina
this type of-
Faso is doing.
this
He's
type of
fighting for the
people-
freedom.
This type of people are the
That
reason why
is it Burkina
Africa
Faso?
will
That's-
never grow or change. We'll always be colonized. Trust me. We will never break free from whatever's going on right now. We're going to die. My daughter's going to grow up, experience it. She's going to die.
Yeah.
Our kids are going to experience it. Nothing's going to change.
Yeah.
Get the
There's
freedom and
nothing.
so far.
But the thing is that
we just
the
have
thing
to
is
get
that,
used to
like,
it.
no. The thing is that like
We have to
we
get used to it.
we have to come to a place where we have leverage. We
Yeah.
create some form of leverage. We have to, for instance, Congo. There are these mines that where every major corporation in the world comes and takes the mines for the iPhone, for the fridges, for the
Everything
cameras, for
can-
But
everything.
isn't that the leverage now? What?
Yeah,
Like,
that's
I
a
don't
leverage.
understand. What
That
else
they-
are we talking
but, yeah,
about
that's
here?
this, they have a leverage. But the problem is, the government of Congo they're supposed to figure something out where they
yeah,
can't just come in
It's
and just
difficult.
When the
rape
leadership
Let
is
me-
corrupted.
everything.
The
Let me
leadership
put it
is
like-
corrupted.
Let me put it like this. Let me explain what leverage is. Crude oil
Mm-hmm.
and these resources we claim we have in our continent
Okay.
has been in our continent for centuries.
Mm-hmm.
But it was only when the white people created things that needs those resources do we then realize that we have those resources.
True. That's
If the Caucasians did not create cars, we would not know what crude oil is.
True.
My only question I want to ask you now is, okay, what is your solution?
My solution is that Africans need to calm down. We need to understand where we are in the world, which is below the below. We
Okay.
are underground. Then we start learning. We start going to school to learn to develop our continent, just like Indians. We will start dominating positions. And guys, if someone employs you in his company, he's not employing you to go and steal his money. I am in diaspora. I want to invest in Nigeria. When I invest in Nigeria, it is for the betterment of Africa as a good,
Yeah.
not for you to feed your family.
Okay, I have to talk about my country. I believe.
Then you eat from the person and then you expect that we grow.
Okay,
We don't grow.
Okay, CJ, my point is, I think Nigeria is sorry, I'm talking about Nigeria now. I think Nigeria is number one highest, what is it? I don't know the English I would use. Don't be angry. English is not my first language. The highest country in the world that sends kids abroad to study. I think in the whole world, not just in Africa. I think in the whole world, Nigeria is number one. You just said we should go out and learn.
Yeah.
We are doing that. That's what I'm saying. We are trending in the right direction.
But you didn't complete what I said. I said go out and learn like India, then come back and develop your.
They are coming back.
Who is coming back?
Okay, calm
Who
down.
came back?
Calm down. Right
No,
now,
don't tell me to calm down.
Lagos, they are
I'm just
building-
talking.
Why are you not going?
Wait,
home?
listen.
You
Why would I go home?
Go and
They'll
develop
kill me if I go home.
Look,
No.
look
Can
at
I
him.
give
They're
you an
going to
example?
They will kill me if I
Go
go
home. Go home.
Ask me a question. Can I answer?
I cannot invest in Nigeria.
Then don't talk about developing
Never
Africa. Then
invest
don't
in
talk
Nigeria.
about
Okay, you know
developing.
why? Because if I invest in Nigeria, the person I will put, even my own cousin, my own brother, is picking up to steal from my.
That one
my
is not.
company.
That one is
You're
not.
telling me nonsense. Why would I
Then-
employ her?
then-
Not peculiar to Nigeria.
Then don't
It
talk
was
about
It's not
development.
peculiar to
who?
Africa.
To who?
Do not
Everywhere.
talk about development.
You set up a business. If you leave it, they'll rob you.
So would you stand by the statement? I want to be able to invest in Nigeria.
Yeah, I want to be able to invest.
So
in
why not?
Make you be able to do that.
Okay, if I see the trend of people going out of the country, first of all, learning, coming back to Africa, investing in Africa, and the people living in Africa are helping these companies to grow like as if it's their own, thinking about the continent as a collective whole. If I see that, okay, for example, I have this guy as my friend, this Charles is my
Yes.
friend. He's always investing in Nigeria.
Mhm.
And there was one time I told him that, bro, it is good that we have people like you that keeps, despite the fact that they are stealing from you, you still see the positivity in it. Do you know how many Nigerians have come out in diaspora have said they would never, ever invest in Nigeria or even in Africa? Because the moment you call your friend now and tell them, oh, guy, I just received this money, I've been saving this money, I want to start investing. In the person's mind already, he's thinking of how to collect that money from you. He's thinking of different ways to extort that money from you. He's not even thinking of, oh, let me work with this guy to grow this thing. He's thinking of extorting. I like the way you're thinking.
That
like
is
the way
why.
you're
That
thinking.
is why I'm really eager to counter what you are saying.
Yes, please.
You
Okay.
understand?
Okay.
Because okay, I know him,
Mm.
CJ, for so many years. I know he's so against investing in Nigeria. Let me say my country, yeah.
Yeah.
But I can assure you, okay, you just know about the people that are complaining about how they lost their money. But you failed to give us the statistics of people that have said, man, my investment was great in Nigeria. Or you think there's none? You think if Dangote knew that the refinery will grow loss, you think he would be that refinery?
He's growing loss, actually.
Wait,
but let's
now,
just leave
let
it
me
there. Continue.
finish. Are you trying to say now, this guy, the owner of Landmark Group, he lived all his life out of the country, but he signed an agreement with Lagos State government to create that Calabar Expressway. So you keep saying that there are nobody's coming back home to invest. I've just told you people that does. Dangote has refineries in other countries in Africa, but he said he must invest in Nigeria. I don't think he's a fool.
You
understand me?
First of all, Dangote. Not all people in diaspora is Dangote. You
Yeah.
keep saying
I
Dangote
want to.
and
I
Landmark
want
Group.
to.
Answer
I'm
is
going
the
on. Let me
outliers.
go on. I'm going on. Let me go on.
Mm.
Even in just this our small environment we are here in Dubai, I have a good number of my friends, the people I know, direct or indirectly, that they make their money here, they invest in Africa, and it's been stupendously
Yes.
profitable. That's why he keeps saying you have the mind to keep investing. Why? Because I've seen people, my peers, that do it, and it has really elevated. Like the other day, I was talking to a friend of mine that has a business in Africa, an African country. He's Nigerian. We live here, and he spends half of his month here, half in like he travels all the time. And I asked him, "You are doing so well in Africa. Why haven't you just balanced that?" He said, honestly, he doesn't know why he's coming to Dubai, but the fear of the unknown. That's why he just keeps the visa. But if it's his livelihood, it's from his business in Africa. So that's that's why I feel we are trending. I know a lot of Nigerians in the UK and in the United States that have businesses going well and in Africa. And they'll tell you, thank God for my business in Africa. Because there are some businesses, because of the unstable economic situation, the business skyrocket, the profit margin.
Wait. You've been talking for a long time. I need to ask you a question. Wait, I will have to
No,
cut you off.
I like
have
what
to
you're
cut you off.
saying.
I have to cut
What
you
you're
off.
saying.
Yeah,
I like
you
this.
can agree with it.
I
but
want
have
to.
cut
There's
you
a
off.
point I want to
I want
make.
to cut you off.
Let
I want
him
to cut
make
you off.
his point,
I
though.
want
Just
to cut
make
you
his
off.
point.
You've not landed with your point. You've made your point now. I now understand.
Because-
But now let me tell you. You say people
Okay.
are making money.
Yeah.
Can you explain to me why big companies are migrating away from Nigeria? If Nigeria people are making money in Nigeria,
Okay.
why? Just answer me. Why? Why
Yeah,
are they
you asked me
migrating?
a question. Let me answer you.
Just answer yes or no. Why are they migrating? Because you want to
How
start
can that
talking
be yes
nonsense.
or
Okay,
no.
I want to ask you a question.
Yeah, ask
Are
me.
you telling me
Did
now?
you answer my question?
No, it's the answer would
Yeah.
be a question to you.
Yeah.
Are there any companies migrating out of UAE? You think everybody just come and nobody
Wait.
fail?
Wait.
Are you trying to
No.
say
migrating
there are a lot
out of UAE?
there are a lot of
Some
companies in Dera, they open and they fail?
Forever 21.
No.
Forever
See,
21
see,
just
see.
closed.
Carrefour.
That is why
How many
that is
places
why I
has
said
Carrefour
that is why I said
closing?
it's not answering my question.
Yeah, they migrate. I have answered. Yes, they migrate.
I asked. That's not the question I asked. I said, why are companies migrating from Nigeria? I didn't say if.
Okay, let me give you an answer. Let me give you a straight answer. There are a lot of factors why a company will migrate. Don't forget, I'm an economist.
And when you talk about migration, I'm not talking failure. Failure is different from migration. No.
That's what I'm saying.
Failure is different from migration. No.
Can I continue?
You are talking of
Correct.
failure.
I did not
UAE.
say failure. I said there are a lot of reasons why I said let me give you a straight answer.
Okay, give me a straight answer.
There are a lot of reasons why a company will migrate. I
Tell me.
did not say
Tell
failure.
me one reason, and let's finish this thing. Tell me one
Business
reason.
failure. You said
Business failure for migration. You failed already. What are you migrating to? You failed already. You are talking about migration.
what does
A lot of-
migration mean?
Migration means, see, the only reason why companies are moving away from Nigeria is because, one, they are not making profits.
My dear,
It's not failure.
one answer.
They are not making profit.
When you're
And
not
people
making
why-
profit, it's not a failure.
No. There are two ways not to make profit.
So why is my answer wrong?
There are two ways not to make.
Hold on.
You cannot open here and want to compare the reason why people are moving away from
My
Nigeria
dear,
is you bridge
I'm not comparing. I'm saying
to what has
my
happened in
point is
Nigeria.
that every country of the world, there are reasons why a company will fail. Not just only in
Brother,
Nigeria.
You made a statement that Dangote fired Nigerians
Ish.
and started hiring Indians. And he knows that there are many companies in Nigeria owned by diasporas that are hiring, they rather hire experts and pay them a lot of money. Do you know why? Because the Nigerians will run down your business and steal from you and demand from you. I'm not even listening
That's
to you.
wrong.
Your own Africans.
It's 100%.
There's got to be a
wrong.
reason for that.
100%.
You are wrong.
It's wrong. You want to make a cast, you want to open your nyash for you. It's wrong. Like
It's
say,
wrong.
He's saying it's wrong.
Do you know what I'm saying? It's wrong.
Right.
Like say,
Everybody steals. Not only Nigeria. They steal in Dubai here. Didn't they steal in your company? Is that a Nigerian?
Bro, Charles, when we are talking about, when we are arguing, we are talking of averages. We're not talking of pinpoint.
How many do you-
Point. You are just making this argument to be long.
No.
Wait,
we are not.
guys.
No, the thing is, what he said in that area, I'm not saying there is no truth. But I'm saying is, it also happens every other place, not just only in Africa.
Yes, that's true.
A lot of these companies, they appoint these experts for the face. The word is already skilled. You wouldn't open a company.
But that's a wrong.
Then I just want to say something.
Brother, you've been talking now.
I
Let me
just
talk.
talked
You
now.
want to always elongate talk. You know why I'm arguing like this? Because Charles understand what I'm saying.
No, you are saying now that because they are stealing in my country, I should not invest.
I
But
said
they are
that-
stealing in Dubai.
But I gave
People
you a
are still
compliment. I
investing.
gave you a kudos now. I gave you a kudos that it's good though you're thinking like this. But on an average, if you had the opportunity to invest in both, if you call 10 Nigerians, I say, guy, you have opportunity to invest in Nigeria and UAE. Where are you going to invest? 8 of them will say UAE. But the only reason why they invest in Nigeria is because it's very expensive and hard to even compete here in the UAE.
Is that not a better reason to invest in Africa? Because you know to invest here is more expensive, it's more harder, more restrictions. If you know that the only problem I have in investing in Nigeria is the thieves, is it not easy to curtail?
That's easy to content
It is. Come on, man. It is.
okay.
But how is it
How?
easy?
Come on, man. Okay.
Just let me know.
No, okay.
Nonsense.
This is very easy. Let me tell you. It's very easy. Okay, you will know that one of the big problems about the illiterate Nigerians, they always look for the hard and fast route. They want to be quick. They want to steal. They steal. Even at my wife's company, they had similar situations like that. They always complain. They didn't know there was camera and all that. It was so clear. But my point is, they did not make that business close down. What they did was, they said, okay, what do we do to resolve this? Everywhere there's a challenge. You wouldn't say because they are stealing in my business, I wouldn't open another one. Then you do better. Because why? Even in the UAE, there are also challenges. So what I do is, I look at my level. Okay, I really want to have a business in the UAE, but I also want to have in Africa. So which one do you think I can do at my stage now, right now? I think it's easier in Africa. It's cheaper. There are less restrictions. That is why. So, but I wish to have a business here because it's more safer. And if you follow the rules and you say, okay, this is what I'm going to make, the chances that you will make it is higher here. But still, if
What
you
point is he making?
my point is that you shouldn't say because there are some challenges of stealing in Africa, you say no, I will not invest. Because even in the UAE, they still steal. They
Why
have-
did you answer the question I said? How can you curtail stealing in Africa?
Come on now, don't you have security operative? What do you have camera?
Which
for? You
security,
sack.
security operative? This guy is living in La La Land.
Come on, my dear. Come
Security
on.
operatives in Africa.
Yes. What are you saying? What is he saying? There's no security in Africa. No way.
See, you can do your security, but in the UAE, there's security, right? Yeah. I can go steal now. Is what happens after I steal. In Africa, there is no
Repercussion.
There might be, but there is no solid repercussion. These rich men, they call Odogu, for example, in Nigeria, these rich people, they will set cameras, do their stuff very lovely and start. But when people steal from them, do you know how they follow up with that person? It's not with police or the regular thing that UAE, the person that stole from you will be scared of police. They will be going through diabolical stuff, or they will bring their boys to look for you and beat you up. And you are literally scared of the mafia style. Yeah.
I don't know what happens in Nigeria, right? But I'm going to speak for my country.
It's not a
We have
disaster.
corruption in my country. We have thieves in my country. But majority of Malawians would not leave Malawi to invest outside. Most Malawians invest in Malawi. If you come to my country, most restaurants are locally owned. Most resorts, lodges are all locally owned by Malawian citizens. We have wait. You guys, you have thieves there. Fine, that's fine. Maybe that's the culture that is holding there. But in my side of the country, we also do have corruption. We do have thieves.
I think you need
Please
to
keep
mind.
quiet.
I think
Please
you need
keep
to
quiet.
mind
I don't
when you're
want to-
talking. No,
yeah.
don't say thief
No,
is our
please,
culture.
please,
Just
please.
because I'm talking. No, I will not let you talk.
Okay.
You cannot say thief is the culture of Nigerians. What do you mean? You mind what you're saying is all I'm saying
We
to
have
you.
said so many things here that are it doesn't
Don't
mean that
say
doesn't-
thieving is culture. Did I say thieving is anyone's culture here?
You know what? Finish.
I'm just trying to correct you because Nigerians are watching this thing. You're saying thieving is Nigerian culture. Do you know what that statement means?
Ceejay,
You guys finish.
Don't.
wait, just wait. Wait, sit down. Wait,
I'm telling you to say, don't say thieving is Nigerian culture.
Yeah, don't do that.
Someone is talking. She said that thieving is Nigerian
Shout
culture.
out your wife. Don't ever shout at me.
So that was tough.
Hated.
Anyways, Karen, I'm really sorry for the way I addressed the issue. I felt like I was in the bad spot because I was bantering with this dude here. But I'm sorry, and I felt like I was trying to also protect you as a friend because I know how violent Nigerians can be. But yeah, my delivery was bad. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
So
So in conclusion, like
yeah, it's a very
very heated argument. Charles on one hand is is a Africanist, and the other side is like we have some issues and we need to figure it out.
Yeah.
He says we are trending in the right direction, and CJ is like right now we are kind of not really there because we don't have leverage like it appears that we do. So we need to figure out leverage part, and we need to also figure. You are also, I guess, both of us can be. Right. Me, I'm more on CJ's side because I think we don't really have leverage at all, to be honest. But then you have a different opinion. That's exactly what podcasting is. So
yeah, for me, I just feel no matter how difficult we think it is, we have to be patriotic, and also. In as much as the investing environment in Nigeria, Africa as a whole, is not ideal like the Western world, but still, I've seen people that succeeded. So I feel it's this trend we are talking about starts from us. You have to start it. You don't expect somebody to help you. We say we need people that have studied abroad and come back home. For example, CJ is a prime example of people that study abroad. I'm hoping he would come back home. So if all of us does that, I think maybe after 20, 40 years, we can tell these colonialists in our country to get the f off.
But the thing is that you talk about patriotism. Patriotism is like give and take, though. But if your country is not really doing anything for you as a citizen, or the actions they are taking is like they don't care about just the average person, the homeless guy, the poor person.
That's why I said
it's hard for you get.
That's why I said. Maybe in the next 20, 30 years, hopefully
this
since
generation,
we are trending, hopefully will be trending in the right direction because we have a lot of Africans abroad in diaspora. And even if half a fraction of them come back home to invest, whether Botswana, whether the smallest country in Africa, it's trending in the right direction. So I'm just employing our fellow Africans living abroad. Don't lose hope. Home is still home.
Yeah.
Even if you carry black passport, red passport, home is still home.
All right, so we're having a discussion in the group about white privilege, black privilege, and we had like a lot of arguments, opposing arguments about it. So Karen was making a delineation between I am African, I am not Black American, right? And my point was, I understand that you see it like that. You can even go further and be like, I am not just African, I'm Malawian, I am not just Malawian, I am from your tribe, all of that. But the thing is, you live in a world where like people look at you. The way they look at you is the way they kind of like perceive you. So you can say I'm African, I'm not Black, but then when the police pulls up on you or some random stuff, they see you the way they've watched their television from 1940s or something. And that's how they'll project that on you. So it's nice to be in your world of I am African, I know myself and all that. But then you live in a world where other people have their gaze on you, in a sense, and they have their perception. So that's the kind of conversation I want to have now.
Okay, I feel like, okay, I get that. But I feel the whole police coming to you is like a American thing, and then they see as a Black person. It's a more an American thing. Because if you see, let's say here in UAE, the police don't say, they'll say African, he's African. They don't say he's Black. Why?
Because that's how they view everybody. It's like a blanket state for everybody.
In China, they will do the same thing though.
Yeah.
Also say, they'll say you're African. It's an American terminology to say someone is white and someone is Black.
Okay, but the discussion is between Black and African. And you made like the separate. Let's leave the white man out of this, right, for a second. So your opinion is like they're different things, and I agree. I agree. They're different, but the thing is, for a racist person coming to you to talk to you, right? They don't know that you're African or you're Black or anything. They have a racist view already of you, so they'll put that thing on. Everybody has this stereotype. Even Arabs, like they have like, I don't want to like get in trouble, but they have their stereotypes outside of here, right? Nobody knows that like Osama was a Saudi national, was a Saudi citizen. But when we think about terror, we think about Yemen, we think about Mogadishu, we think about Libya. But he came from, Saudi, a rich Saudi family. So it's like there's a perception thing of how you see yourself and how other people like perceive you, So we have to be cautious of that in terms of as like a racialized group, Black, Arabs, whatever. We have to be conscious of that, like walking out in the world. You can tell your kid positive affirmations like, you're a strong Black African, all of that. But when they step out the door, what they might meet, what they experience, they might meet some racist person that is, and then the person just flattens their experience into what they perceive, and they say, "Oh, that person is just Black."
So
that's my argument. Kind of like
what I want to understand.
You get my point.
You are saying now we are talking about white supremacy,
yeah.
You are saying it's not. It doesn't. Does it exist or
no?
Is it real?
The white.
Let's say privilege.
White privilege.
The right word should be white privilege. You are saying it does exist or it doesn't, or are we saying we are just deceived by our original fake mentality that since we are Blacks, everything that concerns white is better? The argument started from, does white privilege exist? And I was like, yes, it does. Right? It does.
And then
painfully,
other people in the group were like, no, it's like a victimizing thing that we say, Black people say, to justify the bad actions.
To me.
Right? So that's where the argument came in, and I think we can touch on it.
My own personal experience, I don't even need to go far. My wife is white. So she lives in Nigeria happily. Okay, let me even go earlier. Before then, when she was about to relocate to Nigeria, everybody, even my fellow brothers, were saying, she's white. There's nothing in Africa. She cannot survive. Already what they are trying in other words saying is that everything about white is the best.
Mm.
But eventually, I'm happy to say that she has survived that. But in the workspace where she was, sometimes she comes home and says, "Man, this particular person works very hard, but I swear I don't know how this person survives with this salary." One day she comes and says, "I swear they always ask me what's my salary. I know their salary, I know mine. I'm scared of telling them their salary, my salary. Sorry, I'm scared of telling them my salary." And she'll be saying, "This person actually works well. This salary is not fair." So somebody might say, no, because she's more skilled. But I'm telling you, an industry where she joined an industry where this person she's talking about is there for 15 years.
Yes. Yeah.
And she's new in that industry. Not just it's not like as if she has been working somewhere and she moved. No, she's 100% new in that. She's even learning from this person. And that person's salary is, when I even say fraction is an exaggeration comparing. So that's why I say, even in our country, in Africa, it's there.
Yeah, it's there.
It's not their fault, but it's there. Probably because of the past experiences of past behaviors we Africans have done, or maybe from the colonial
Black
time,
people, especially like
from 1960s.
in my country, you know what happens? If you're in a restaurant and there's a white family here and a black family here, most likely the waiter is going to go to that white family first, because I feel like we feel like they're like we have this perception like they've kept in us that they're much better than us. Wherever the company there's a white person, the person is better than us. They're going to do better than us. I'm probably sure that in your wife's company there's someone who can do a better job than her, but because of her skin tone, they put her, and they feel like because she's there, then things are going to move much better.
Probably.
Which it could be good in, like Ceejay was talking about how like if you put, sometimes you trust Nigerians, right, to run a company for you, then they steal from you. That's the mistake.
It happens. It happens.
Hiring like outside.
It happens.
That's why companies actually hire outside. It's because of you can't trust your own people. Most times you can't trust them.
But when we say white privilege, what comes to my head is Caucasian privilege in the Western world. But you guys gave example of, for example, Indians
Filipino.
and expats in African countries. Because if you go down that line, I feel like even an Ethiopian who is dark skinned would earn more than a Nigerian in Nigeria. It's just that it depends on the owner of the company and what he wants. But for me, I thought that the question was the Caucasian privilege, the ones that even the Arabs see.
They are privileged.
That they are privileged. Even the Americans that are Latinos and pure white, they say Caucasian privilege. So I always ask, why this white privilege that is said amongst everyone in Europe?
So sorry for for the sake of our viewers, enlighten Caucasian.
Caucasian is people from the Caucasus Island of Nordic region. You know,
okay, like Sweden,
yeah,
like you mean like the pure
Ireland,
Europeans,
pure white Caucasians,
like confirm Oyibo.
Yeah.
So you don't. Your argument
So-
is you don't think it is, or it's just
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a
So
kind of.
in the context of, now this might be controversial because majority of people says that it exists,
Okay.
and even if Arabs in this country are saying that there is white privilege, then I'm beginning to think. But me personally, and from what people like blacks that have made it, they always counter that and say no, it doesn't exist. Me personally, it has not hindered me. Like if someone is black or white, the only thing that's hindered me is my passport.
That's
So that's a
different.
different ball game entirely. But if everyone is saying it's white privilege, and I feel like maybe there is, but I've not just experienced it.
That's
But
why
don't
I
you-
said- sorry, that's why I said in the group, if we can have a black American that lives in the States, like let's say in the streets of New York, in the slum, I think if he sits here, he will give us a more realistic opinion, because I think we have not really experienced it very well in the
100%.
UAE.
That's why I said majority. If you bring an American here that is not Caucasian,
Yeah.
immediately we say there's white privilege.
Yeah, because we've not really experienced it like that
Yeah,
so much in the
I
UAE.
cannot relate that much if there is white privilege.
To me, to be
But
honest,
think about what you said about like the things. The only thing that has hindered you is your passport, right? Don't you think, in order not to get myself in trouble, like it depends on the region we are living in the world, right? Because there are other people from like that have quote unquote third world passports, but if they are in a different environment, because of how they're just like whatever, like as long as you can do the job or whatever, will hire you. It's less like limiting for them. But there's a culture we have in where we are living in that kind of I'm scared of that kind of like leverage happens based off of just a piece of paper.
To
right?
me, conclusively, it happens. It exists, man. The whites, the Caucasians, anyone who want to call on herself, they have advantage over me. I'm not even talking about my passport. I'm just saying for the fact that I'm black, probably because I've been skewed by what we see, George Floyd and all these things we see on social media.
That's another different story.
No, but then like for me, I've worked with the Americans, and I've seen the Americans how they work. I cannot lie, they work very efficiently. Okay, they know what is going on. Like the work style, it's very professional. Everything is on time. Like they work different. I work with the Indians, and I've worked with my African brothers and sisters, and I've worked with Americans and the Europeans, and I can tell you, I see why people prefer them sometimes.
Wait, is the Caucasian Americans?
I see why people prefer them.
I have to give Caucasians.
Even Germans, Germans, bro, they don't.
They are trustworthy.
Like you could see, like
Time.
maybe 7 o'clock is done, right? I'll leave. It's time for me to leave. They'll stay until 11. They'll see them sending you meeting links at 11:30 p.m. Like I'm not doing that. You pay me until 7. I'm going home. What do you mean a meeting is 9 o'clock? You'll see me tomorrow. You send an email, they respond. I'll wait until I've clocked in to respond. You see, I don't know, maybe because they get paid more, so they feel like they should do more work, and I'm getting paid less, so I'm only gonna work according to how much I'm paid. But
that thing she said is also another topic.
I feel they're also not struggling to impress anybody. But as Africans, you want to show that you're worth this job.
Yeah.
Same with Indians. But for Americans, for Caucasians, they're like, you hired me, I can do the job. I'll get.
But they always do the job.
But
They do the job.
And well,
But that is where that privilege comes in. Now I understand, because when you go for interview, the white people, they talk with like confidence that they deserve. Yeah, that's the right word. They feel like, they deserve this thing.
yeah, exactly.
yeah,
Meanwhile,
I
an
guess that
African
exists,
will even come with fear.
Yeah, first of all.
When they come with
Initially,
questions,
doubting yourself.
yes.
But don't you think? But don't you think the fact that the Africans doubt themselves is because, again, I don't want to mean it. I don't know, but we're like a racialized group, and like when you're a racialized group, like you have this
Fear.
like you feel like people are watching everything you do. It's just like a black kid that goes into a high school of just white people. It feels weird. Like there's that thing of like somebody's watching you because you're the only single person. So that stuff happens.
I feel like
But if, sorry,
it's okay. Go on.
but if a white person goes to a black dominant area, he feels
Powerful.
superior. But if a black person
Except
goes to a
if it's
white dominant
Compton,
area,
though.
he feels small.
Except if it's the streets of Compton.
No, but
Why?
I don't think a white person will go
Why?
to school in Abuja and be superior over blacks there in
Wait,
Nigeria.
why? I want to hear.
It goes back to this colonization.
Yes, everything will
Because
always
they
come back
came
to that.
with that superiority complex. We have what you don't have. And we're giving it to you. And we were so happy. I always say this. Even if they're not forcing slave trade on us, we are still begging them to take us into their country. So we're still like
Dependent.
Always.
They are beck and call. At their mercy.
It's a dependent relationship.
What I can actually just advise any viewers out there, especially if you're looking for jobs and you're African in this country, is confidence. If you go into an interview, like after they're done asking you questions, even you give them your own questions. Ask them, how much is your company making?
Yeah.
You know, what was your revenue last year? What's your revenue in the last 7 months?
Should not be worried about
Ask them
our
questions. Exactly. That's how you
True.
build confidence with those HRs. Like, if you go there and you're just like, okay, what's your, oh yeah, I've done this, I've done that, I've done this. Say no. Say, I can do this. I'm able to do this, and I can bring this to your company. Do you have any questions for us?
Leverage.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the leverage.
How much time do you have for
You
me?
see what Karen said? That is exactly how to get there. She has given the step, viewers.
You see?
Work with confidence. Don't be like, oh, I want to have the same level of privilege like the white. Because, but you're not doing
Yeah,
it.
you
Because
have
it's
to
not
walk
realistic.
to. Yeah, true.
And also, I noticed like one of the things like other races do is follow-ups after interviews. You know, they text, they email. I want to know what happened in my interview. What's up? Black people, we go to the interview, they don't call you back, even you just sit back. They didn't take you.
Because you're already rejected.
Exactly.
You already feel
Feeling-
Exactly.
feeling, yeah.
With my recent job, my part-time job, I think I was constantly sending WhatsApp. I was telling my friend who works there to be like, go and ask them. Tell them I'm texting you to tell me what they want. Are they going to take me or not? Keep asking them. And that's how I end up getting the job. It's the persistence, consistency, and also the confidence to build so much for career.
You go buy us food for this.
But really, what Karen has just said is a very, very important information for people that are looking for jobs. You really need to be, when they say surround yourself with people that are successful, they are not giving you any secret other than telling you that you have to appear confident.
Yeah.
And
You
believe in
believe
believe in
They're
yourself.
rubbing off on you.
Yeah.
Believe in yourself.
True.
Anyways,
Thank you
Sarah.
for tuning in today, this week, actually. It was so nice talking with you guys, even though the drama. But,
A lot of
friendship
drama.
friendship is like that. Groups are like that. That's why we started this podcast, right?
Yeah. All right, guys. That's all we have for today. On today's episode.
Yes.
Like, subscribe, please. Tell a friend to tell a friend, and follow us on our platforms. TikTok, subscribe.
Yes, sir.
Please. Thank you so much for
Hey,
listening.
Daku.
See you next time.